Well, before we get back to the music, I'm going to take a minute here, bring up a very special friend. If you were here in 2019, you know that in addition to doing our normal Grannies thing, we had to say goodbye to a very close friend. And there was nobody closer with Hans and Mojo. They were Empire brothers. And it was, anybody that felt the losses, well, so many people did, but I know Mojo and I commiserated with our shared devastation in losing our friend Hans. So anyway, Mojo came in 2019, brought just so much amazing energy and things, wind chimes and other stuff for the memorial, and it just hasn't stopped with his work. I don't know, we're far enough away, you don't know, but up in Empire there was a large open space that was, I don't even know I won't interrupt the story, but there was a project to keep an open space that was going to otherwise be used for commercial use, and that was something that Hans was extremely passionate about, and Mojo and others kind of picked up the torch after his passing, and he can tell you that there was a victory that he will kind of talk to you a little bit about. So anyway, Mojo's continued on that work, and he just wants to talk to you a little bit about that tonight. So my mountain brother.
Okay, guys, I'm not really used to being in front of people and microphone. Quick story about Hans. I grew up in Georgetown and joined the military. Lived in Germany for 20 years. I'm a disabled veteran. And I had a rough skid and finally got back home. And I pulled up like Jed Clampett in my SUV, my Blazer with a bed, a frame, and an armoire on top, and I pulled in. And it's the same road, the main street of Empire, and who was behind me was Hans. And he stopped and he introduced himself and welcomed me home and helped me unpack and helped me move home. And in 2009, I was diagnosed with major depressive disorder and PTSD. I moved to Empire 5 years ago, and it only takes one person to make a difference in a time of your life, and Hans was that person for me. So a quick story about Friends of Clear Creek. We had a developer come in. The plateau, when you drive from I-70 US 40 up to Empire, that big plateau, they wanted to make a sand and gravel pit. 300 truckloads a day for 20 years. And that's when 5 of us, after that presentation, and me as a co-founder and Hans as a co-founder, made Friends of Clear Creek. There's about 6 or 7 of the core group that just put our foot down and said no. It was like a David against Goliath, They had a mining permit, the whole 9 yards. Long story short, we did a write-in campaign to the state, all agencies, Friends of Clear Creek. Please check our website out, friendsofclearcreek.com. Hans was a major, this should be Hans here. I'm his apprentice. I'm trying to keep this going just in remembrance of somebody that affected all of us in a very special way. Excuse my emotions. Anyway, good story is we asked, please help us save Empire and this natural preserve for the oldest and largest bighorn sheep in the state of Colorado. And the problem was the sheep were crossing over US 40 and being hit. There was no access. Okay, let's go ahead and go to work. So after 3 years, great news, they retracted their mining permit and now are selling the complete property to Colorado Parks and Wildlife and Open Space. It's a protected area because of you guys. Because of saving what stewardship is, to pass it on to our generation. So that plateau is now going to be a wildlife preserve. And I've got some swag here that we developed. And tomorrow it'll be at the merch desk. We've got limited quality we got these Friends of Clear Creek caps. I've got probably 7 of them left, $20 a piece. please. These are limited. We had 40. The one I'm wearing is in tribute of Hans, Michigan Blue, the victory of the Plateau. And we went ahead for fundraising purposes in memory of our mountain brother, a Be Like Hans sticker. Wild is real. So, you know, I just picked them up. What we want to do with this action and starting it out here in a very special place that Hans really truly loved because of his brothers and everything. I have to say thank you to the brothers of Hans and their friends to accept me and love me and help me. It keeps me going because of having the task and the mission. So we got these stickers made. I'll have them all cut up in that. That little can is our donation can if you don't buy anything and just want to help out. We had a $20,000 earnest payment to the purchase of the Plateau. We put out the appeal and did a lot of work. And in 12 weeks, we raised over $35,000. Thank you guys. Really, truthfully, I mean, something that Hans was so passionate about and everything, you guys stepped up and went over. So what we're trying to do with this money here is to open up a scholarship program to any child or individual going on to college for environmental science or anything for protection of the environment. We'd like to help out with a grant or some kind of donation of $1,000 to help out a little bit, but just start and plant the seeds. So, guys, tomorrow I have stickers. I have everything. And the last thing is US 40. You got a blockage there, so I need your help. This here is a land bridge that we want to put over at the base of Empire Junction. And have also a project that Hans worked on was a 13-mile loop from the Greenway, the bike path from Loveland Pass down to Denver. He helped design a 13-mile loop to go up to Empire. So even on this design, we have the land bridge over US 40 plus the bicycle tunnel to come up and see us in the Shire of Empire. You guys, thank you so much, and please make friends. Say hello tomorrow, okay? Thanks again, guys.
Mojo!